with those matters.
Question number 4, Shane Ardern.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Economic Development. How is the government working to ensure our exporters are able to access international markets?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, as the Minister of Finance mentioned earlier, today Mr Grosser, myself and Mr English released the Building Export Markets Progress Report at the Wedgelock Equipment Exporters in Labour-Hutt. It outlined the initiatives the government is taking to improve access to international markets by negotiating free trade agreements, improving international air links, lowering taxation barriers, simplifying border processing, leading international trade missions, promoting international education and so on. The report lays out the opportunities New Zealand has in markets particularly such as Asia and what needs to be done and will be done to boost our export performance and grow our economy.
Shane Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister of Economic Development, why has the government released the Export Markets Report first?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the first report is important as it lays out the challenge for achieving the sort of growth which New Zealanders are seeking, which is about being much more closely linked into the rest of the world and taking advantage of our opportunities. While the world has been and continues to go through tough times, the growth in Asian incomes will occur rapidly over the next 20 years. So there will be job growth. The challenge for New Zealand and for New Zealanders, and in fact for the opposition benches, is to ensure it occurs in this country, not in Australia or elsewhere. And that will require us to take advantage of all our opportunities, whether it be in areas such as mining and oil and gas exploration, aquaculture, more intensive agriculture, high-value manufacturing, tourism and so on.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, can the Minister confirm that of the 55 new projects outlined in the document, 47 of them are existing projects that have simply been repackaged and only 8 are in fact new?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, well actually the member has missed entirely the point, but he's been on holiday so I understand.
Order.
The fact, well he was having a go at me, Mr Speaker.
Order. Order. It just doesn't help the order of the House. I accept the question was, had some political content, but it was a fair question. The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, I don't know that it was a fair question, Mr Speaker, but given that we're here, the reality is it's a progress report which outlines a series of initiatives, most of which, as I pointed out in the release of the report, are already underway, some which are new, which are about preparing and showing a full range of projects that the government is undertaking right now and seeking feedback from the business sector, and indeed, if he likes, Mr Cunliffe as well, so that we can actually continue to work with the business sector and grow our export market opportunities. And all the reports, as they will be released, will be a mixture, Mr Cunliffe, of things that are already ongoing and new initiatives.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Speaker, can the Minister confirm that of the 8 new projects in the document, the majority of those are public relations or communications related?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, if the member thinks that actually creating a stronger New Zealand story for our New Zealand businesses operating overseas, to pick one of those initiatives, well, Mr Speaker, it is hugely important. And if the member took his time to go and talk to exporters, to talk to education institutions, to talk to tourism organisations, they would tell him how crucially important that is.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor.
Mr Speaker, I waited some time to see if the Minister approached the question. The question was whether the majority of the new items, new projects, were in fact public relations or related ones, sir. He mentioned one, no more.
It seemed to me the Minister was not disagreeing with the questioner. He had the chance to disagree with the questioner, he didn't. It seems he was basically confirming the questioner's point. Question number 5, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, my question